Hi there everyone, I'm Dark-Minded Sith. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Snap. Today we're going to be continuing my quest to become the world's greatest Pokemon photographer, and snap like no one has ever snapped. So we're going to be heading back to our previous courses here, and trying to get some much better shots, now that we've gotten new items and things of that sort. And we're also going to be getting some special shots that have something kind of unique about them. So, let's go ahead and head back to the beach and get started here.
Yes.
Okay, so first up we have Pidgey. What I'm doing here is actually an interesting trick where if you move the camera angle over and over again like this, it actually slows down the 0-1. And it allows you to get some of these shots that you normally would have gone past too quickly. So by doing that, we can get a much better shot of the 3 Pidgey. And next up we have Pikachu. We can throw these apples. And then, Pikachu is going to stumble upon an abandoned surfboard. And he decides to hang 10, pursue his dream as a surfer. The Poké-Flute will actually wake up Snorlax here, and the different tunes of the Poké-Flute will allow him to do some different dances. That's right. Snorlax sleeps, but he'll wake up to music. And we can knock Meowth off here, which is painful. But when he hears that music, he's just got to dance. And that makes for a great shot of Meowth. And next up, Pikachu on the stump. I've shown this already, but what I haven't shown is you can actually play the flute, and the 2 Pikachu will just go crazy and just start rocking with the electricity. And Oak likes that shot much more. And I've shown this before, I think, but I decided to show it a little bit more again. Oak actually likes that shot, more specifically, of Kangaskhan just saying, you know, don't harm my baby, or whatever he's saying. And with some of this Oak evaluation, you can take a look at it if you want. I'm going to show some of it if he has something kind of interesting or specific to say about the pictures. But if it's just kind of your generic, that was a good picture, I probably won't show it. So here's a better Lapras. You can get Lapras, as I've shown before, by taking the shots of it gradually throughout the level. And that right there, if you do that to Doduo, he says, oh, it's about to wake up. You get a special score for it about to wake up. And furthermore, if you knock it out and get a picture like that, Oak actually says, he gives you 1,300 points because it fainted. Yeah. Oak is kind of demented deep down, I think. Next we're going to try to get a better Scyther. You spam the Pester Balls in the grass here, and if you're lucky enough, you can get Scyther to come out at a much earlier time, to where you're kind of more in front of him. And that particular shot right there, using the claws, Oak really likes that because it's a fighting pose. Oak is kind of freaky deep down. You know, he wants to see Pokemon just violent and exploding and nearly dead. And if we kind of speed up right there, you can get a much better shot of Butterfree. And here I'm getting a little bit of a better shot of Eevee, because my previous shot wasn't too good. You can wake Chansey up. You can use the Poké-Flute to make her dance. You can also give her an apple. And she's like, yay, food, even though I carry food with me all day in my little pouch. And he says, oh, what a funny pose. Yeah, Chansey's just full of hoots and hollers. So that about does it for the beach. We're going to move on to the tunnel now. For Electrode, you want to get a shot of it exploding like that. Oak really likes that. And with the Kakuna, when the Electrode explode, they come down like that. And if you move around and are at the right angle, you can get a good close-up of Kakuna. And right here with Zapdos, your best shot's going to be the electricity, like right when it hatches right there. If you do that, Oak says like, oh, what an exciting electric jolt. And Haunter's interesting here because you have no real way of knowing, as far as I know, like how good your shot of him is going to be until it gets developed. So you have to just take a bunch of pictures there and just hope for the best. It exploded! You get 1,200 for an exploding Electrode. And Zapdos, you get, let's see, 1,350 for the jolting Zapdos. I decided to just show my Haunter a little bit there, just because you can't see him originally. Coming up here, we're going to get a better Diglett and, well, not Diglett, but Dugtrio. Because my shot before was kind of showing it off, but it wasn't very good. So if you take a picture of Pikachu and then Diglett, Pikachu will keep kind of moving downward. And eventually, it'll create a Dugtrio. But your much better shot is if you do this early, Pikachu moves over here, and then there's 2 Dugtrio. Or it could just be 6 Angry Diglett, for all we know. And the Electabuzz is here. You can throw some apples, and then they start throwing a party. They were ready to party, all they needed was the food. So you can throw an apple, and they start raving and having a good time. Throwing apples, chit-chatting. They know how to party. And he says, that looks yummy. He really likes that shot. So that's a much better Electabuzz. That about does it for the tunnel. So now we can move on to the volcano.
Yes.
And first up, we got Rapidash. A much better shot is if you throw some apples here. Rapidash will stop and neigh and really show off how proud it is to be a horse. I've actually gotten a really good Vulpix already, but the one thing I haven't done is gotten 3 of them together. Originally I only had 2. So getting kind of this trio of excited Vulpix who are just happy to have fruits for lunch, that's probably going to be your best shot, unless they're like all facing the back or something. And I've gotten this shot before of Charmander, but what I wanted to show is if you play the flute, they'll actually all face you like that. Oddly enough, Oak doesn't end up really liking that much better. Right there, you'll see that Charmeleon kind of does this little roar. I wanted to show that because I've read somewhere that the roaring Charmeleon gets a better score, but I was dumb enough not to submit it to Oak, so just maybe make a note of that. And as I've shown before, you can throw an apple, and then Magmar's like, MY APPLE! And he kills him for it. Killing each other over food. Well, come on, that's what humans do, not Pokemon. And you get an extra score for that, so... That's going to about do it for the first 3 courses, and our much better and much improved shot. So next time, we're going to be moving on to the river, cave, and valley, getting much better shots there. And perhaps increasing that high score of ours. Alright, I'll see you guys then. See you later, alligators.